R-Type 1 and 2. Box is too slim though. 5,000 yen. Robocop versus Terminator. Whoa, an OG Dragon Quest for 3,000 yen. Sonic Spinball is one that you don't see a lot. I didn't know there was a Naruto DS Lite. This is from America. Why does this character have a 16-bit book? And why is she standing on a Mega Drive? Oh, that's right. Here's a Summer Carnival 93. Big Valkyrie profile box. Do I spy with my little eye a Tezuka Osamu World Cup? I can see the text on it really small. Look at that. What's up everybody, welcome to today's video. In case you didn't know, this is part 2 of a 2-part series. In the first part, we visited this mom and pop thrift store that was more of a warehouse. We had a lot of fun over there, found some really cool stuff. In the back of the mom and pop shop, there's actually a book off. It's right down the road. After which, I'll be taking a short train ride to visit one of my favorite hard offs all the way in Soka, and it should be a very fun time. I've actually visited this hard off before on the channel, and like I said before, I come here a lot on the live stream, so I'll be mixing in that footage as well. Thank you guys for all of the advice for this Game Boy printer. I'm definitely gonna get some vinegar, some cotton swabs, some alcohol. I think we can definitely get this one fixed up. I'm pretty sure the removable battery contacts or springs that this thing uses are the exact same ones in a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy Pocket. So I have a couple of those lying around. I'm not the most advanced modder, but I do like to get the soldering iron out every once in a while. Should be a really fun project. This is another one of those episodes that's really long, so I chopped it up for a nice YouTube version. So if you want to see the entire version that's over an hour long, I put that one up on the Patreon. Anyway, that's more than enough rambling. Let's go game hunting. So the first stop of the day is this book off. And being primarily a secondhand bookstore, this place was dead quiet. It was absolutely silent. So we're switching to narration mode for this part of the video. And right off the bat, here is a Lethal Enforcer for the Super Famicom. This was kind of a cool find. I found the Mega Drive ones more often than the Super Famicom ones, but really neat. But this place in general, their older games like Super Famicom, their Game Boy games, and all of that other stuff, it was all stacked instead of just neatly put together, so it felt like going through this big pile and trying to find some gems in there, kind of like a treasure hunt. Anyway, here's Game Boy Wars, a game that we never got in the West. I think the first version of this that we got was Advanced Wars, but that was actually just one entry in a long line of series of games dating all the way back to the Famicom. Here's something I don't think I've seen before, a one-piece baseball game. I like how Zoro has 3 bats, because of course he does. If you're a fan of the series, the older One Piece games are always like super cheap. And they can be a lot of fun, but yeah, you gotta be a fan of the series, of course. Never heard of this one before. Q Billion seems to be some type of puzzle game, but I always love these square Game Boy boxes in Japan. I don't know, there's something about them that makes them super collectible. Here's a game I've always been curious about. Nanatsu Kaze no Shima Monogatari, the 7 Wind Islands. I find this quite often, and maybe I should have picked it up. It's an adventure game that really reminds me of Wonder Project J. It also seems to have some pretty cool animated cutscenes, and games like this are definitely up my alley, so I'll keep an eye out for this one in the future. Leave a comment if you've played this before or if there's some kind of fan translation available. I'd love to know more about it.
雨宮啓太監督作品アドベンチャー RPG 七つ風の島物語いよいよ発売風と名前と友達とセガサターン
Since we're looking at Japan heavy role-playing adventure games, here's Chrono Cross. It's another one of those games that I've always like saved for a rainy day and then just never ended up playing it. I swear my backlog of games is like 90% JRPGs. Like Final Fantasy IX over here. Like I said, I'm rebuying some of my old Final Fantasy games since I gave them away. But for a yellowed one, 900 yen is kind of a lot. Speaking of a lot, 4,500 yen for a Biohazard 2 is insane. I remember when these games was like 500 yen, which, you know, we all know games are more expensive now, but 4,500, you can still definitely get this game for like 1,500 to like 1,000 yen if you look hard enough. Which, a little warning, this book off seems to be on the expensive side in general. Continuing on JRPGs, I thought this was a pretty decent price since it says damaged cased 1,800 for a Final Fantasy IV. And you can't forget, unironically, one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 1, it's Harry Potter. I don't know, there's something about these Harry Potter games where they make for some really fun little platformers and adventure games. On the Wii, here's the Skyward Sword, which comes with a Wiimote, but this one doesn't come with the cool Zelda version of the Wiimote, so I never really saw the point of getting this one. I own a normal version of this game already, so I'm currently looking out for the one with the Zelda Special Edition Wiimote. I always thought that was the coolest Wiimote that you can get. Here's the collector package of Biohazard Darkside Chronicles. I thought this was a pretty neat find. And I'm not really sure what this is, but the Dog Island over here was made by Yuke's, which is one of my favorite developers of wrestling games, and I guess this is what they were doing when they weren't making SmackDown vs. Raw on the PS2. For the Wii U, here's a Breath of the Wild, and I just keep forgetting that this was a Wii U game. With the whole Sheikah Slate thing, that makes sense, but it's kind of wild since this game was like a Switch launch title. Here's a game that I think doesn't get talked about enough. Kaito Wario Za 7, or Wario Masters of Disguise in English. I grew up playing the Wario games, and I love all of the Wario games' take on a platformer. It's really fun. Back to the N64, and like I said, this book off in particular had a really cool way of putting these games. I love the idea of just going through a pile like this. Here's Mickey's Racing Challenge USA. It's a fun racing game on the N64, but I like the PlayStation one better. It was called Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. I'm actually not sure if that ever came out in Japan, but I used to have this on Windows. It was pre-installed in a computer that I got from some random computer shop, which was definitely not a legal copy of the game. But I didn't care because I was like 14 years old and this was like a really fun kart racer.
ご機嫌なレースゲームができたよ。主役はミッキー。ハロー。コースはいろいろ。街で港でオフロードで繰り広げられる愉快なレースバトル。ウェポンを使ってライバルたちをぶっちぎれ。4人対戦プレイならさらにヒートアップ。任天堂64ミッキーのレーシングチャレンジ USA。
The other thing next to game hunting that I love doing at a book off is looking at all the figures and toys. For some reason, book off itself has a bigger selection of these than your average hard off. And specifically these Kujis, or like figures that you can win through lottery systems, are always pretty fun to check out. Like this great wave of Hokusai action figure set, or what I think is a 1-to-1 scale of Roto Sword from Dragon Quest. This is also one of those cool things. I would love to hang this on my wall, but my wall is pretty full of stuff already. Over on the Game Boy Advance, here's Super Mario Advance 2, which is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. And like I said before, I love these versions of the games. They're widescreen adaptations, they're not stretched out or anything. And I already have this one, but I am trying to get all 4 of these. For the GameCube, here's WarioWare Inc., which came out in Japan as Atsumare Made in Wario. The whole WarioWare series in Japan was called Made in Wario, and this is like a super fun game. I love all of the WarioWare games, especially the Game Boy Advance ones, since they're just little like 5-second tiny micro games, and they're actually the reason I always keep a Game Boy Advance on my desk. Keeping on with the GameCube, this one was kind of beat up, but I thought 1,800 yen with 10% off was a decent price for 4 swords on the GameCube. Since I already have a boxed link cable, I don't have a need for the bigger box version of this that goes for quite a bit more. This Mario Sunshine was really cool, but I did want to mention that I found one on stream for like 1,000 yen. I just wanted an excuse to put that in the video. And since we are on the topic, I found this really cool Korean version, which apparently goes for quite a bit online. I decided to get it just because the collector in me told me to do so, and I don't think I'll ever play a Korean Mario Sunshine. But I never actually owned a Korean game before, and I thought this was pretty cool to find all the way in Japan. Another game we played played until our controllers broke down as kids. This is Soul Calibur, the one that you could play as Link. Definitely one of my top 5 GameCube games of all time. Pokemon games are gonna be Pokemon games, and to be honest, I don't really look out for these anymore because the prices on these are getting so absurd just because they're Pokemon. And there's still places out there where you can get these for a lot cheaper. Like this Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which we found for like 6,000 yen a couple videos ago. It just goes to show you that while these book-offs kind of look the same, they're definitely all differently priced. Time for some PSP, and Boku no Natsuya over here. It's a really cool widescreen port of the original game on the PSP, and it's a really fun way to play it. I like the PlayStation version better because you can play it on a CRT, but if you want a portable version, this is a really good way to do it. Priced at a whopping 9,000 yen. Here's an uncommon game, it's Metal Slug Double X. I think I actually played this quite a bit back in the day on my modded PSP since I was on an island without any game stores. So I had to. One of my favorite Gundam games, it's Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. And for some reason, I really like all of the spin-offs from Dynasty Warriors, like Hyrule Warriors and the One Piece Dynasty Warriors. But the original series never really caught my interest. I think it's the whole Romance of the Three Kingdoms thing that was never really my cup of tea. Here's another Japan exclusive, Godzilla for the PS3. This one is really fun. It's one of the few Godzilla games that really captures the feel of being a giant monster, destroying a city, fighting other monsters. Highly recommend you check this one out. There's a reason it's 5,000 yen. Alright, that was stop number 1. It's time for a quick lunch. Since the sandwich I had in the morning wasn't quite enough to last me the whole day, I decided to stop for a quick ramen bowl. This place was called Ramen Panda, and it was pretty good. Super cool little joint. I'm not sure if this is a chain or not. I've never heard of it, but it really hit the spot. So with that out the way, let's go to the next hard off. Oh, right as you get in by the door, there's a little 5,000 yen junky AV Famicom. And a less junky Famicom for 1,000 yen. 8,000 yen for a twin. It's kind of cool, a little showcase next to some very interesting gacha. Yeah, this hard off specifically can be a bit pricey, but you can also just find some deals hidden in it. You just gotta know what to look for. It's like Mother 1 and 2 is like 7,000 yen, that's a lot. But you know, 1650 for a missing inner box Mario Party Advance, that's pretty good. And then 4,000 yen for Mario Advance 4 is not good. It just varies, and it always just depends. It's always worth it to come out of these places and see what you're looking for. For some reason, their loose games are here. Don't see anything too crazy. But over here, there is a Doki Doki Panic with manual. This is the color version. I found the non-color version for quite a deal, a lot less than this, but I guess it's the same, right? I think someone said like the black and white version was from like a vending machine, maybe, like the rewritable machine. Hey, here's a Mario 2, the original Mario 2, which isn't Doki Doki Panic, but I guess we all know that by now. And yeah, this one's pretty cool. 1,000 yen, 3,000 yen though, don't know about that.
ファミコンファンのご期待に応えてスーパーマリオがウルトラレベルになったスーパーマリオブラザーズ2。新しい高度なテクニックが要求されるスーパーマリオブラザーズ2。ディスクカードで話題の登場。
Is that, do I spy with my little eye, a Tezuka Osamu World Cup? I can see the text on it really small. Look at that. I don't know what the condition of this is, but it can't be that good, right? These are all pretty junky. I didn't know there was a Naruto DS Lite. This is from America. Of course, because it's in English. You seem to have an abundance of, what are these? Boxed peripherals. What is this? This is a PlayStation S video cable for the PS1. 4,000 yen in the box? I'm guessing it's in there. Yeah, we're picking this one up. I don't know if I'll ever use this, but I do like this type of boxes for the PlayStation. I do. This is definitely one for the storage, if anything. Here's a Kahei reel-to-reel. him. Kahei has been here so long. It's kind of cool since their logo is still like exactly the same. This could have been like a modern produced product almost, right? This is very... I guess it's only junk because they can't test it, but this is probably working. Seems to have some premium junk in here. What are these? Switch Joy-Con brass knuckles. Alright, buddy. That's enough of that. Here's the Luigi Mario Kart controller. And then what are these VHSs? Nah, these are all DVDs. Singles. Is this all Laserdisc? No, this is all vinyl. And here's a Relation My Ship. Alright, I'm sure that's a pun that some of you would find hilarious. Here's a G27. I have rocked this for years. This is how I originally played Initial D on the PlayStation 3. Gran Turismo 5. That was my introduction to racing games, was this. This thing is really good. It just has like, it's pretty loud in the way it resets itself, but really, really good. Holy crap, the entirety of Sailor Moon are on Laserdiscs. Someone would be very happy with these. Well, this is Deep Purple, but all of these are Sailor Moon 2, right? Yeah. Gorgo 13, Sailor Moon, Deep Purple, Hard Rock. They're like individually priced, so it's like 1,000 yen, but Golgo 13 on Laserdiscs. There's more Sailor Moon, 500 yen. How am I supposed to go through this hard off? This is so unfortunately. That means maybe it's good. Oh shit. Man, Laserdisc is the most awkward thing, man. It's an LCD game? And it's Shogi. Like Bandai. Wow, that looks not fun at all. I don't know, Shogi might be fun. Is this an LCD Frogger? It is. How would they... Well, LSI game in Japanese. This is kind of cool, man. I've never seen the Frogger before, I think. Scramble we've seen a lot next to it. But never Frogger. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, all the other Game Boys are like 8,000 yen, and it's fine. It's fine, I'm okay, I'm okay. Boxby is too slim though. 5,000 yen. Get you a Mem Card Pro. Don't even need the games for it. One of the challenges that we're doing on the stream, and I guess also on the video right now, is I'm looking for the Hot Wheels toilet. It's not actually a toilet, it's called the Hot Seat. And as a kid, I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. And then I think Japan also just has like Hot Wheels. They don't go back as far as we remember, but you know, they do get important often enough that you find Hot Wheels sections in areas like this. And you know, you can see these are just produced in Japan as well. But the Hot Wheels Hot Seat, I will find it. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. A toilet, Hot Wheels. Gotta find it. This is a pretty good deal. Biohazard, the remake for the GameCube, the original one. And it's a pretty good deal. You can see that it says memory cards missing. But you know, if you don't care about that sort of thing, if you just want to play an original disc in your GameCube, this is pretty cool. I mean, I got a Memcard Pro anyway. So that this would be a cool deal. And also, I like that they drew this themselves. This is a 500 yen. Broken ass, you know, Super Mario, but for 500 yen. It's not bad at all. Hey, what's up, man? Are you? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, nice to meet you.
You're on camera, is that okay?
That is super cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Sick, dude.
You live around here, or are you visiting?
We don't. We're actually from Vegas.
You're from Vegas, man. Hell
so
yeah.
We originally found hard off watching your videos.
Really?
Got the whole family here. We go crazy over
You get the whole family out here.
Yeah, they're somewhere around here.
All right.
It's so sick, though.
For sure, man.
So
cool to see you,
I
man.
won't take up more of your time.
No worries, man.
Pleasure to meet
Enjoy
you.
Japan.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your vacation. 1,000 yen Mario RPG. Nice, man. Nice. Whoa, an OG Dragon Quest for 3,000 yen. But it doesn't have the manual. It's not mint, but it's only 3,000 yen. Dude, an OG Dragon Quest? And then Dragon Quest 2 is 1,375 yen? What? What about this mother? Nah, it's 7,000 yen, but that's still like a good price since it doesn't have the map, but here's another Dragon Quest for 4,000 yen. This one does have the manual, but it has a hole in the top. Well, this is nice. It doesn't have the card pack in it, but an e-reader plus in the box by itself is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. The backpack is a school crossing thingamajig. Yeah, here's Dredge. This is a pretty good game. This is a download thing that's not included, but like I've said before, I'm really getting into the Switch these days because I'm getting hyped for the Switch 2, and I really think Switch games and the original Switch is really dropping in price. If you guys have any recommendations of Switch games, like I already have Super Mario Odyssey, but there's a lot of really cool stuff. There's a lot of indie games and a lot of smaller games that have physical releases, especially in Japan. Let me know in the comments. So for some reason we keep running into this specific one. This is a American Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I don't know why we keep running into this specific game. The American version, I already have it. Otherwise I would have picked that up. Here's a Kaido Racer. Talk about hidden gems, but not that hidden. Because it's 4,000 yen and there's a lot wrong with it. Here's a Daibijin for 3,300. Giant naked woman destroying the city like Godzilla. How do you come up with it? Hey, a Natsuyasumi 4. Only 2,000 yen, but it's missing the manual. And here's the original Natsuyasumi just in there for 1,000 yen, dude. Dude, I'm getting that. Are they all 1,000 yen? Holy crap, dude. These are usually like 2,000-3,000 yen. Well, I'm getting that one. This one looks like it has the manual. This one too. Klonoa, no spine. Well, I already have this. Kaze no Klonoa. It's not an expensive game in Japan. This would be considered a good price. So 2,000 yen if it had the spine card. Why does this character have a 16-bit book? And why is she standing on Mega Drive? Also, what even is this? It's next to all of these anime figures. Does anybody know what character this is? And what is it from? And why does she have a Mega Drive? And why it's not a Super Nintendo? Because that would make it better. What even is this? I mean, it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I gotta give it to him. Here's a fun one. Guardian Heroes on Sega Saturn. Neat. Definitely still on the lookout for that one. Alright, here's Uno DX for the Saturn. I've shouted this one out before. This is a full-on RPG with dating sim mechanics, and there's a little bit of Uno in there as well. I did not know this came out on the Saturn. I have this for the PlayStation, but yeah, it's kind of interesting that even got more ports than that. We have the mandatory Supersonico section, which I guess doesn't need to be put on the Patreon because it's fine. But if you do want to go to the Patreon, there's a lot of extra footage, unboxings, and you'll support the channel. Here's a figure from a series called Bucky, which definitely is a thing. Whoa, it's Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The complete box soundtrack. I didn't even know this existed, dude. I know you can get like a cassette on AliExpress, but I didn't know there was an official version of this. That's crazy, dude. This has to be one of the best soundtracks ever. And they can never remake this because of all the licensed songs, right? So that's why it's 22,000 yen. That's not even bad. Like, I feel like that's a good price for a box like this. What is Marvel Land? I feel like I know what this is. Yeah, it's one of those Mega Drive. Here's R-Type 1 and 2. R-Type 1 and 2. Pretty cool. A Super Mario Brothers Famicom little guide for the original Super Mario Brothers. It's not like officially from Nintendo, but it's 500 yen. I feel like they messed up with this, since everything else is like expensive. Whoa, big Valkyrie profile box. Also, Be a Carrot Summer GP Portable. And it comes with a spoon set from Pia Carrot. It's 3,000 yen. I'm debating it. You know, this is Pia Carrot GP portable. And it comes with the game, of course. And it comes with a set of 2 spoons and a coaster from the game. I always thought this was an interesting Kuji. This is the Metal Gear Solid Delta tissue holder, which is Snake in a box. Oh, that's right. Here's a Summer Carnival 93. Completely forgot that existed in Super CD-ROM. Right next to Sega Gaga. This recently got a fan translation. That's pretty cool. And then there's Outrun on the PC Engine. What else do we got? Terra Enigma in the box. Really cool. And like I said, Area 88, man. More expensive every time I find it. Rockman X2 and X3. And here's Bumble on the N64. That is an uncommon one. And do I spot the last N64 game ever produced? Bomberman 64 in the back here for 9,000 yen. I do. Also, I like this little display. It's cool. We should do a quick check for the consoles. Not that I'm in the market for a PS5, but I think 77,000 yen for the Ghost of Yotei edition is actually can't tell if that's a good deal or not. It looks cool. The normal PS5 over here is 55,000, and then they got this thing, the PlayStation Portal. I don't know who bought that, but it exists. And I just saw for 99,000 yen is the Love Plus 3DS bundle with all of that stuff included. Holy crap, man. This is the art book. This is massive, man. Like 99,000 yen. Right next to this cool, you know, Pachyo-kun for the PC Engine. This is a really fun little controller as it actually has a little pachinko wheel in it. But, you know, I don't think a lot of people care about this. What they do care about is some DSIs. 7,700. Pretty cool. Yeah, here's all the dating sims and all the extra stuff that they got, and then, you know, it's fine. There's some cool peripherals and controllers, and I will look at some of these amiibos. Yo, we found Star Fox for under 1,000 yen. It fits in the challenge. Look at him go. Why is there a Golden Axe dead frame action figure set thing? It's kind of cool. It's next to all these Legos. Ceramic Batman bust. But what happened here? Why is he... Is this on purpose? I don't think this is on purpose. Alright. Let's look at the $100 Pokemon games. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. At least these ones are 7,000 yen instead of 11,000 at the other place. And there's a 500 yen Pokepark. For some reason, that's in here as well. I guess they just put it all next to all the Pokemon games. Yeah, I'm glad I got those when I did. There's some PSPs, Vitas. What is Days of Memories 2? And why is it like 5,000 yen PS or Nintendo DS game? Whoa, we found some more vintage Pokemon stuff. This is for 3,000 yen, man. I'm actually tempted. An original Pikachu with the white nose. Triple set. You can tell it's the original one because of this logo. It says Pocket Monsters. That's the original logo before they rebranded it to the International Pokemon one. Here's another Mew. 27.50. I recently bought a bunch of this original Pokemon stuff from a hobby off. Got a really good deal on it. And then, you know, you can really see the difference between this Ash and then this guy. I mean, what happened, bro? And they still have it. Here's a big Animal Crossing figure set. I've taken a picture of this before. They had this, like, this has been here for a year. And they're pretty cool. They got a bunch of these. Apparently some of these go for a lot. I wouldn't know the first thing about these Animal Crossing ones, but I follow a lot of Animal Crossing creators, I guess if you call it that, on Instagram, because I'm just a big fan of the series. And then for 6,000 yen, you can just get these whole, I guess, series of figures. Well, they're not blind boxes, but I don't know that much about Animal Crossing merch. but I do really like the game. It's one of my favorite games on the GameCube, and the 3DS version's always obviously the best one. What is Robot Maker? It's 5,000 yen. Right next to these Neo Geo Pocket Colors. I think 11K for this one. I guess is a decent price. 16,500 for this one. This is kind of cool, an original DS, but it has like a Pokemon cover on it. I really like that. And then there's a 60,000 yen Pikachu edition DSi. That's crazy, man. Awesome selection of Tamagotchi, man. I'm not really into playing with these, but I do collect them whenever I find them for a good price. And then they've got a whole bunch of sealed ones. What is this? 33,000. I'm sure the world of Tamagotchi collectors is just as wacky as the game collectors, but it's really cool. You can find a lot of these sealed ones still for 3,000 yen. I think they still make these even. I don't know what this is. This is the Tamagotchi Gyaupi. Alright. And then Tamagotchi Uni, that's one of the newer ones, right? And then there's a big one with like a knob on it. So it was pretty cool. I find these at the flea market all. You can still find these for pretty affordable, I think, not just in Japan, but all across the world, right? Kind of tempted to get this for like 2,000 yen. It's from 1997. And like, I don't know, man, it's a little dinosaur. I want to play with this. It's unused. But I already got my own sausage dog to take care of. Back here we've got a Sega section, some Mega Drive games over here. Castle of Illusion. Can't go wrong with that one. Recently bought it too. Yo, this is the guy from Dead Space. There's a figure from this? They actually made Dead Space figures? That's, dude, 5,000 yen? Dude, I love this game. This was really fun. I haven't played it since it came out. So maybe that's just, you know, nostalgic. No, I remember this being really good. I mean, it kind of got old by like the third one, but I remember this was really fun. Yeah, back in the day, man. Games for Windows. Also, again, shout out Arceus, man. They got these are like Pokemon Scale World. I keep shouting these guys out. These are really cool. They're a bit expensive, but if you care about minifigures and all that other kind of stuff, and like Pokemon in general, these are really cool. There's a Lugia and Ho-Oh over there. I'm not gonna rearrange the whole shelf, but you'll see them on the screen. Here we see, here's their Mega Drive stuff, and yeah, it's pretty expensive, man. RoboCop versus Terminator, 110,000 yen. Aladdin is pretty okay, and Sonic Spinball is one that you don't see a lot. Some more Neo Geo stuff. Here's the Power Rangers for the Famicom. I forgot what the Japanese name for this is, but yeah, super cool. One of the later games. It might be the last game for the Famicom, the Meijin Bokenjima Adventure Island 4. Also, this is one of my favorite statues of Goku. It's the World War II one. I don't know the history behind it. I think it's just one of the like Toriyama's artworks brought to life. I think it's really cool. I think I've said it before as well. I used to have Beach Goku, but his head fell off. And kind of wish I could replace it with World War II Goku, but 7,000 yen says that World War II Goku is staying in this case. Hidden beneath here. Really cool. This is the Legend of Mana 30th anniversary. Yeah, Seiken Densetsu, like The Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana 30th anniversary orchestra concert, limited exclusive black acrylic slab that you could get at that thing. So yeah, the 30th anniversary concert. I don't think you can buy this. Well, you can here, but yeah, I don't really go to these concerts. They have them all the time. I should, because they are really cool. And it's really cool to find this. Alright, slim pickings today, but can't really complain because we've been having a lot of really good luck lately. And the collection just keeps growing and growing, getting more curated, and it's time to go home, man. Let's go pay for my stuff and get on with my day. It's already dark out. I want to see if the spoons are in there. Cool. Well, this is all there. Dude, hell yeah. はい、お願いします。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございました。I'm on my way, bro.
Would it be alright to take a photo?
Of course, man. Always.
Awesome.
Always.
This is my son.
Hi, nice to meet you, man. Hi, what's up, guys?